So, it has been 2 days?
2 days.
2 days since we went to Griffith Park and experienced everything that you guys saw. I, from the bottom of my heart, wish there had been more content at Griffith Park at the merry-go-round, but we had to cut my video short because of a series of paranormal and also real world, like real life events that transpired, and that's what we're gonna be telling you about now, because all three of us saw a ghost at the merry-go-round, but then we also
separately even. Yeah,
not at the same time. It wasn't like there it is, but we also saw some other things and some really weird stuff happen.
And Hailey has a terrifying theory, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, so basically what happened was we had left the zoo. We had left off on Hailey's part of the video where we went to the abandoned zoo. We got great content. We had so many experiences. The craziest stuff happened that you will hear about in her video, and it was so real, and we were all freaked out, but I would say we were not panicked.
No.
We were not like, we weren't in a hurry to get out or anything like that. It was just like, we were done with that part of the video. We kind of wanted to be away from the zoo.
I just really wanted to be away from that part of the park, because that park's a very isolated part.
Right.
So I felt like the merry-go-round was gonna be fine because it was kind of closer to where civilization and people were. Once we were out of the woods there, Taylor Swift.
It was like scary things were happening, and like, yeah, we were scared, but like we didn't feel sick.
Exactly.
Until we were at the carousel, the merry-go-round. Like, I felt sick.
So initially when we came to the carousel, I will say, I think that some of the things that happened on the walk belong in your video because I think they were still really relevant to the zoo portion. But then when we got there, almost immediately, Hailey says to us, look at that huge shadow person. And we both look, and you say, oh my God. And I'm like, all I see is this like real life man walking around. And it was walking close to him, right? The big shadow person.
I thought it was like two people, but I knew the shadow wasn't human.
There's a shadow over there. Not the guy.
What guy?
There.
Oh my God, oh my God.
It was like this man was walking and it wasn't like a shadow, you know what I mean? We're not stupid. It wasn't a shadow on the ground. There was a shadow person walking behind him. It was dark out at this point. I feel like the G7X makes it look a lot lighter. It was getting dark. Like there was no
street lights or anything.
Yeah, like nothing. It's dark out.
You were filming and I kept saying, why is this man walking backwards now? Why is this man walking towards us? Because all of a sudden the shadow was gone, but that real life man was there. Now bear in mind, he had walked very far up and all of a sudden it's like he heard us. He spun around, very, very scary in my opinion, and began walking straight back. And in that video, you can hear me going, why is he walking backwards? Why is he walking back towards us?
Why is he coming back? Why is he coming back?
We just saw a shadow person.
Why is it coming back?
What?
Why is it coming back?
Where?
Never mind.
Was the person?
Now, something that happened that was really interesting was the fact that he walked back towards us, but then he looped. This man was kind of walking in circles for a little while, just walking around, kind of like almost waiting. And we were kind of holding back. Something seemed a little bit strange. And at that moment, actually, first and foremost, I should say that the caution tape was, and I have a clip of it, the caution tape behind us, I have chills, was waving and there was no wind. You can see that the trees aren't moving. The caution, and now I think about that and it makes so much sense, the caution tape was waving around.
You guys, look at that. It's shaking and there's no wind. And when I tried to turn on my camera to show it's like slowing down now. When I tried to turn on my camera to show you guys, would not turn on.
Point up at the leaves too, and then the rope.
There's no wind.
Look at it. It's going crazy.
There's no wind though.
Oh my God.
The caution tape wasn't waving as a whole, it was in sections. It would switch which section was swaying with the wind, but there was no wind.
And like it wasn't waving as if there was like a gust of wind, it was like fluttering. Like
it was like getting
really,
our attention.
Flipping around.
As if someone who like wasn't there was like going like this.
Like this, like caution, and now that makes so much more sense.
And we even have footage of the leaves, like the leaves were not moving, like there was no wind or anything.
There was no wind. And after that, I turn around and this man is still kind of walking around. I don't see the shadow person anymore. Hailey, I think, caught a few more glimpses, but it wasn't like as clear as it had been. It's in that moment that I stopped walking completely, and you both can testify that I thought I was going to throw up. I saw a woman in a blue dress walking in front of me, like basically on this hill, a woman in a blue dress. And at first I thought to myself, is that the little girl ghost? But it wasn't. It was a full-grown woman.
Now here's where I was ahead. Andrew was between Loey and I heard Loey like gag and like gasp for air.
You couldn't even talk. Like she was so sick, you were keeled over. Like you were.
I really thought I was going to throw up there.
I turned around and I thought that something had happened to her physically. Like I thought she had stubbed her toe or like hurt herself in a way that I was just like, what? And it took her like a good 5 minutes to get out what she was thinking and what she was feeling.
I saw this woman in a blue dress and it was one of the most clear like ghosts I've ever seen in my life. Like transparent, like so clear as day. It looked like a real person, but I could almost see through her. And I saw her and it was just for a split second that she was there. And I don't know if she disappeared right away because I literally bent over and my mouth was doing that thing where you over salivate. Like I really thought I was going to throw up. And
I thought you were too.
My initial response to all of that was, I just saw a ghost. I feel so sick. I told them, maybe we should go. And that was my initial, and why would I even say that? We didn't have my part of the collab done. You know what I mean? If I was like fake scared or like this was all for the video, I would have just been like, let's film, you know? Or if none of this had actually happened, we would have stayed and filmed the whole video. From the minute that I saw this woman, I felt sick, and then I was like, I think we need to leave. And you were like, no, Loey, it's totally fine. Like,
because I felt bad that my whole portion of the collab had been complete. I got what I wanted to get done for you guys. And I felt as though she had kind of been shafted. It was now dark. You know, I really wanted to get her content done because this carousel, this merry-go-round was so haunted and was so creepy. I felt it was important for her to do that for you guys. So I was the one who was like, no, it's okay. We've seen ghosts before. Take a breath. Is she bad? Loey said no. I said, so let's do this.
Right. And at this point, I wanted to leave, but I was trying to keep my cool for Loey because I noticed she started panicking more and more, and I was just trying to keep my cool because at this point, it's completely dark out. Like, there's no one else left in Griffith Park. Like, it's literally just us.
It's us and this man who keeps walking around.
At this point, he wasn't. At this point, when Loey had doubled over, he like bolted into the bathroom.
That was right. You're right. No, he did. So the man had bolted into the bathroom, and this didn't
right when you got sick.
Right when I started like hunching over and feeling sick, which of course now again seems really strange, and we'll kind of touch on that at the end. So he goes into the bathroom, and I'm just like, guys, I think maybe we should go. And it was like, after I realized that this man was in the bathroom, I sort of like chilled out for a second, and I thought to myself, okay, maybe it's fine. Like,
there's a person.
There's like a person.
But I really want to note, because I feel it's very important, there was a path that goes around where the you guys saw in the footage, the carousel, the merry-go-round was up at the top of a mini hill, and there was a path that went around it that was next to the bathrooms. You guys saw on my channel Andrew going to use that creepy bathroom.
I felt like when I went in that creepy bathroom, I had to get footage of it. I don't know, it's like weird.
That is
like,
interesting that you felt like that.
Obviously I go in so many public bathrooms. Like, I always gotta pee. Like, I drink so much coffee, but like, I don't know, I went in there and I came out and I
asked for my camera.
I asked Hailey for her camera, and like, I didn't vlog this whole entire time. Like, they were just, I was just in their videos and stuff, and whatever. But I asked her for her camera so I could bring it in the bathroom and show the bathroom.
Which now in hindsight is very, very strange, because yes, the bathroom was creepy and odd, but not creepy and odd enough for you to be like, I gotta show this.
To come back up a hill, grab my camera, run back down, go in. And what's wild is, like I was mentioning, that was very important, was we walked up the hill. So we walked the opposite direction of this bathroom. Now at this point, can I say what I saw? Yeah. We're standing on the hill. Loey's trying to grasp herself, trying to pull it together for the video, trying to really get this content done. I believe she said, let's try to do this as quick as possible. I have a very, very bad feeling, which I assumed was paranormal. We all assumed was paranormal. But at this point in time, in my peripheral vision, I see a blue dress and I see an arm point towards the bathroom. And I try to very casually tell Loey I saw her too.
Yeah, just like verifying that I wasn't alone, I wasn't being crazy, like that she had seen her as well.
Then I saw a blue dress right here.
I saw a blue, wait, you saw the blue dress too?
And right away we both said, she's trying to tell us something. Like, she wasn't evil, it wasn't dark. But all of a sudden our shift goes to the bathroom.
And at this point, the man in the bathroom finally comes out.
After what I would say was a good 25 minutes in the bathroom.
And Hailey makes the comment before we ever started filming, he's been in there a really long time. What is he doing? Because the park is like closing down. Not closing down,
He had
but
scared me initially. If you saw the footage of me saying, why is he turning around? It was like he noticed us and was circling and then bolted into the bathroom. So I was really aware, especially after seeing what I thought was a woman pointing towards it. I was very mentally aware that he had been in there for an extremely long time. Now that's not to say he wasn't going number 2.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it felt weird.
And for some reason, I'm mid-filming and I see this man and I can't even control it. I just say, hi, like that.
And when I literally went to turn around to see,
Hi.
I'm no Hailey Reese. I don't talk to people like that. You know what I mean? Like, but for some reason, it was like it wasn't even me. I just felt this need to say, hi,
Now,
and make ourselves known.
I need to say how he reacted because it was genuinely like something out of a horror film.
That's my main thing, like how
he reacted. I'll say my interpretation and then you guys can say yours.
Yeah.
I truly believe he comes out, Loey says hi. I remember thinking, is she crazy?
Yeah.
Why is she saying hi to this man? I look over, the man looks up at her, but it's like he's looking through her, like he's shocked that she noticed him, and he turns so quickly and just speeds away.
I'm getting the chills.
Yeah, he speed walks away. And I'm saying, Loey, why did you say that? And then I'm saying, something's not right.
So at this point, we get what footage we can near the merry-go-round. A few very interesting words came through and you guys have seen, I mean, some of you believe that those ghost apps could work, some of you believe that they couldn't. I think that anything can be a vessel to talk to spirits, but
I also believe that given the fact that a man by the name of Edward came through, if you saw my video, and then all of a sudden written on a rock was Eddie was here, and we had over my mother's life no part in that rock, maybe perhaps that app was working, which is something I want to preface.
It is interesting.
I thought the apps were so dumb. I thought they were so stupid until this happened.
family.
Case.
Are you a missing persons case?
It's a different experience when you witness it for yourself. It's different when you can see it happen in person and have a real experience. I mean, it's just like a spirit box or anything like that. And something's here, like right now. So
I heard that.
Yeah.
It like tapped on the bag over there.
Yeah.
Something that I really want to say is Loey was filming, and for some reason I had this feeling that this woman had been killed, and we hadn't really discussed it yet because Loey was genuinely so afraid, and I thought it was to do with her, that I felt, you know, when we were back in the comfort of her house, we would discuss it. But it started coming up, family, you guys saw.
I kept looking at you guys' faces, and it was not like, we're scared because we're talking to a ghost. We were scared because something wasn't right. This is when all of us have a really bad feeling in the pits of our stomachs. Like something is very, 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 very wrong here. I have this nauseous feeling. All of us feel wrong. And then the man gets into a silver car, I have chills, and he starts to drive away.
Now at this point, Andrew saw one of the most real paranormal things he's ever seen.
Oh my god, no, like I saw my grandpa when I was younger, but like this, I mean, it's fresh. It was the most real thing in years. Basically, we were all standing around. You were, can I say, you were having kind of a panic attack? I was genuinely having a panic attack at this point. She was having a panic attack.
And Andrew knows what those look like for me.
Yes, I mean, I was trying to stay calm because I don't want to make Loey feel worse. I'm getting ready to fight Demon. I don't know what I was going to fight, but there's a tennis court to our left, and I see someone walking in the middle of the tennis court. Like, as clear as day. Please believe me, like this is not a lie. I see someone walking in the middle of the tennis court, and then they walk not behind a tree, but to me it was behind a tree because there was a tree close to me. So they walk kind of behind the tree, and there's no one else around. So I look like behind the tree. I like moved this way around the tree, and there's no one in the tennis court. Like at that point, the tennis court was in full view for me, and there was no one. And just a split second before that, there was someone walking, and like. I'm doing this because like that's it, like in my head, like I see them, like they were like this big to me.
So at this point, Loey, like he said, is having a complete panic attack. I feel weird about this man. Andrew just saw a ghost for real. And at this point, that silver car comes looping around again. The slowest driving I have ever seen in my life, coming around.
Sorry, I was just making sure the car actually left. We definitely know we saw you here. So if you want to talk to us about anything. think we might need to leave.
It's pitch black at this point. The sun is gone. Where we had to walk to get to the point of where the Uber could get us was pitch black. And I kid you guys not, I wish I was like, I have footage. You can insert, I will give you the footage. Because I started filming thinking, heaven forbid, if we go missing, I'm gonna toss my camera and this will be the final thing somebody finds.
Yeah.
This car was stopped at the end of the street that we had to walk to. Like, we had to walk to that end of the street for a good 10 minutes, to the point where Andrew was telling Loey, because Loey's walking with a flashlight, turn off your flashlight. He knows where we are. Turn off your flashlight.
It was that dark. It was that dark that she needed the flashlight to walk, but also that dark where I was like, turn that off because he needs to not know where we are.
So basically, when he was still circling around the parking lot, when he had come back around before we ever like saw him at the end of the street, Andrew picks up his phone and immediately his initial reaction is to say, hey mom, yeah, we'll meet you where you left us. Are you, do you mind like hanging out for a second?
Yeah, I said
Thank
dad.
you.
I said dad because I want him to know I had like my dad with me.
Yeah. And he was just like, thank you so much for waiting for so long. Yeah, we're almost there. Do you mind just waiting another second? That's when the car leaves, like speeds away.
The second I said dad.
And then when Andrew, after the car speeds away, puts down his phone, that's when he stops at the end of the road and is like waiting
to see if a car pulls up or something. But I just want to really say for a moment here, you guys, this is like on my life, on my faith, what happened. This was our interpretation of it. I just heard a baby giggle.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? Really?
I literally just didn't see me.
I literally
just
heard a baby giggle. I literally just heard a baby giggle, like a Gerber baby giggle. What happened? This was what happened. This was.
I literally, you're gonna say we both went like that.
Remember I asked if she was pregnant? I think it's on your video. I said,
oh
were you pregnant?
You hear that?
Were you pregnant when you went missing?
So basically, I'm having a full-blown panic attack, like snapping at both of them because I'm so freaked out. Andrew tells me to turn off my flashlight and like, I can't see if I turn off my flashlight. Like, I can't even walk. Like,
we have no service.
We have no service. I'm shaking so hard. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like for a minute there, I couldn't even work the Uber app. I couldn't remember like how to call a freaking Uber.
I was like kind of yelling at you at that point.
Yeah.
Well, not yelling because I was trying not to panic you, but I was also like, call the Uber.
And for some reason, I had like completely shut down. And I'm really not like that in dire situations like this where somebody is like literally stalking us, like being so freaking creepy. And so he winds up eventually driving away, but he keeps stopping every few seconds.
And driving slow and like looping.
Yeah, like driving away, coming back.
We saw him until the second that we left. We kept seeing that silver car until the second that we left.
Now, when we got back to Loey's, Andrew looks at me and says, because he asked me, is this going to follow us? Like what? Because we didn't know what to think of this whole situation. Obviously, that was a real person. We'll get into what we believe in a moment, but we said a prayer outside before coming in because Loey finally feels safe in an apartment for the first time, and the last thing I wanted was to bring anything in. We said a prayer and it felt this weight, but when we came up here we still felt this woman with us.
But Andrew, downstairs, you and I at the same time, Hailey says this prayer and you say, oh my god, I feel sick remembering that feeling. Like you said, I felt sick. Like something just changed. That's
the thing, like any paranormal videos I've made are all good experiences. My family, the ghosts I've seen, you know, all that stuff, they're all positive. I've never had a negative one. And the whole entire Uber ride home, I felt sick. I didn't talk. I didn't tell you guys about the ghost that I saw on the tennis court until we got home. Yeah. I literally was just in my phone trying to get my mind off of stuff. Like I felt sick.
And I was like just violently shaking the entire ride home. Like none of us were talking to each other. It was crazy. So we say the prayer, we get upstairs, and that's kind of when, and we felt that like, she almost felt like a white light, this like woman. We could feel her the entire way home. You know
I really want to say my theory quickly. One thing that I think they can both vouch for me is when I see somebody, I can read a vibe off of them like that.
Yes.
Like I know the way that person is. I can generally sense their intention. Like I just know. And the way that when that man heard us and turned around, the fact I saw a dark shadow lingering behind him made me feel he was back right away.
It was like he didn't even see me, and then he was talking to himself as he walked away.
Yeah, he was talking to
he was whispering.
He was,
like as if like, oh my god, they caught me, whatever, which is what I was thinking.
It was weird.
When he turned around, when he noticed us, I said in the video, I don't know if you can see it, why is this man turning around? Why is this man turning around? And Loey literally said to me, Hailey, are you trying to get us content? Because she couldn't understand why I was so afraid of this man. Like, because it was a man, we were here for ghosts. Like, why am I being like this? And I believe that that woman was killed. That's the vibe I get. That's the vibe I feel. any normal human being that wasn't trying to go to a haunted merry-go-round would have walked that path.
Right.
The fact that when we were heading towards that way, he ducked into the bathroom truly makes me believe that he was going to come out and try something, and I think he was going to hurt us. And that's just my honest opinion.
Right.
And I believe she was warning us. The caution tape swinging, the fact we walked up the hill.
Yeah, it was caution tape, and that just clicked. That it was caution tape. That was a sign.
Caution tape was swinging. The fact that there was a dark shadow behind it. Suddenly, this woman appears, and she starts saying things like family. Weird things. And when he came out, the way that he reacted to Loey acknowledging him was like, oh my gosh. And when he walked away, like we just said, he was whispering in like a
yeah, like it was like he was panicking to himself. And could this man, I know that there will be people down below that will say things like, I can't believe you're exploiting like possibly a mentally ill man for views or something like that. When I explained to you that he was walking around normally and he noticed us and he started acting weird, his
whole demeanor changed.
This was someone with negative, like bad intentions. And I just, with everything here, normally I'm like, maybe this could be it, maybe this could be it. I would bet my life that that person had bad intentions for us, and we don't know.
Even if it would be a robbery.
Yeah.
You know, we had cameras in our hands, like it could have been anything, but what makes me believe that it was something terrible was his car lingered. I have footage.
I know.
I took a video for safety purposes, like not even for this. Like I started filming. My camera was acting weird too.
It was like, there was like, and we'll talk more about that in her video, there was something that happened at the zoo that we can't explain, like something that was lingering behind her at the zoo. It continued to linger. It was a blue dot, Hailey.
The blue dress, the blue dot. I thought my
chills.
camera was broken.
We thought there was like a dead pixel or something.
I love how everything we're saying, we literally have like footage or
I know. I'm so happy about it.
Which is the only reason why I'm filming it, because people would think
that
we
we're
insane. Insane.
But
they're still going to, but like,
no. There was a blue dot in the back and it lingered the whole time we were in the park, and I said to Loey, frig, my camera broke, like something's wrong with my camera, I'm gonna get it in to get it fixed. And when I pulled it out to film the next day, there was no blue dot.
I wonder if it'll actually be in the footage or if it'll disappear.
It was in the footage.
Yeah?
I saw when we reviewed it.
Okay, good. I was wondering if like maybe it was just there when we filmed, but it was a blue dot in Hailey's camera, and then suddenly her camera wouldn't focus. It was almost like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like everything aligned perfectly. That caution tape delayed us. That like the woman in the blue dress delayed me. It was like
we went up the hill rather than walking that path.
It was
Loey said hi to make it known that we saw him.
And
Andrew
why would
called
I
his
ever
dad?
Yeah.
Like, who knows what could have happened to us?
And I mean, and there are people who will 100% dismiss all of this, and that's totally fine. But in our minds, whatever was there, this isn't for content, this isn't for anything. Like, I debated even telling this story because it felt, I said to you in the car, I was like, I'm just gonna scrap the whole video. I really don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to talk about this, like anything. And you kept saying to me, this is important to still talk about. Like, you can still make this video, like, even though there's no I mean, there was merry-go-round footage, but even though like we didn't get a ton of it, doesn't mean that we didn't have the most insane experience of our lives. Hands down, that was the scariest moment of my life.
I could really say I feared for my safety, and one thing I want to say is to vouch for the authenticity of this. The following day, Andrew was telling his mom when she called to see how he was about this. That's how significant it was to us. To this day, Loey was telling her brother about what happened to us. Like, I called my boyfriend freaking out the minute I got service, and he's like, you guys have to be so careful. Like, people are killed in parks like this. Like, it's not a joke.
I mean, there were so many dead bodies. There was like a serial killer running around like dumping bodies in Griffith Park. So like, it's a big learning lesson for all of us in terms of real life safety, but I think very much so that whoever was there, that woman, I think she saved us that day. And I think what we talked about, Hailey's initial reaction of like her being pregnant and her being like killed, I think that's totally true. Was that man her murderer?
Could be.
It could, maybe. We can't say that.
Or did she just not want something to happen to us? Like what happened to her?
Maybe she was a good spirit.
Yeah, and I think she was just protecting us.
I felt more afraid of that man than I've ever felt of any ghost in my entire life. Like real, genuine safety. Like when I tell you, I've said it a million times, when I tell you I pulled out my camera to film, not for the sake of content, but for the sake of, I'm gonna ditch my camera if he starts coming out.
Yeah.
Somebody will find it.
And at the time, I was like almost mad at you for filming. I was like, why is she filming? Like when we're just trying to get out of here. Like why is she? And now like, I get it.
You know, like I was thinking like, somebody could find this camera, see that we were all on it, that we're missing or whatever the case is, and see this car and understand that it was foul play.
So
I told Loey it sounded like the beginning of a Danielle Hallen video.
I know. Oh my god, in the car she was like, this sounds like the beginning of a Danielle Hallen video, and I was like, I hate to even like think like that. I was shaking, like my whole body was shaking for hours. I know. It's literally. I know. It's so hard to relive this and to talk about this, and it makes me like I'm almost going back into panic mode. But I'm so lucky, you know, Hailey, we're so lucky that we did this with Andrew. We're so lucky that we didn't try to do this the last time you were in LA and we were girls by ourselves, yeah.
I was like in full on protective. I was like,
but you know what? I was brave too, because I said I was gonna help you fight him.
No, I was
and
like,
Loey's like, will you guys really protect me?
No, that's like the scary thing here is like, obviously, you know, we make YouTube videos, we make scary videos. That's like the scary thing here, but like, this was real life for us. Like this, we were not thinking of content. We weren't thinking of viewers. We weren't thinking of anything. We were thinking about our lives. Yeah. And like at the time, I was like, Loey, stand on the left side of me, stand on the inside of the street. And I told Hailey, I was like, Hailey, if anything happens, like I'm charging the man. And I'll throw the first punch.
We had like a plan.
I was like, you just jump in with me. Like literally.
And I was like, don't worry, I did karate. And it was so funny because I was talking about self-defense in my video before this even took a stand.
Yeah, like why did you even feel the need to, it was just like, so many things fell right into place for this. And since then, we've had so many strange experiences with everything that happened there. But I think that for us, there was somebody at that merry-go-round that I get tears in my eyes when I think about this because it's so freaky, but like, I think there was someone at that merry-go-round who either maybe she's one of our guardian spirits, like maybe she knows one of us, maybe she was just there, or maybe she haunts the merry-go-round, maybe she was murdered there, who knows? But regardless, she saved our lives. I mean, I promise you somebody saved our lives that night.
I mean, I'll take your guys' word for it. I don't know, but I know that you guys.
And you know that feeling of dread, like that's human instinct, that's survival instinct, that's like instilled from.
Ooh, I'm getting the chills again. I felt so sick.
I literally have goosebumps.
Just so much happened between Hailey's video and Loey's video, and even here, we're actually doing a video on my channel, and we're tying everything together because there's certain things, there's patterns that occurred in Hailey's video, Loey's video, and our week here in Loey's apartment. And we're gonna tie that all together in a video on my channel.
What I think gives me the most chills, and this was just put into perspective here now with you guys in live time, is the blue dot behind me. Yes. And the blue dress. And just the the whole thing. Who knows if this man had been stalking us the whole time? We don't know what was happening. It was just wild, and that's our experience in Griffith Park.
That's our experience in Griffith Park, and I can honestly say that I will never go back after dark. Yeah. I will never. In fact, I actually told Hailey, I was like, I would never go back, but I think I would. I think I would go back to that merry-go-round. I think I would try to, oh my god, I'm feeling sick again.
Do it during the day, please.
Sorry, I don't know why I feel like this. Hold on, sorry. I feel so nauseous.
Do you?
I think it's just reliving it. I think it's just like that, like, anyway, sorry. I was telling Hailey I don't think I'd ever go back to Griffith Park, but
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You just got nauseous while talking about going back.
I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna have to put that into the video now. No, I wasn't even gonna put that in. Like, I got so sick to my stomach just now, like.
And you're talking about.
And I was like, I'm just gonna
right after you said, I probably would, you got nauseous. So, if that's not a sign.
We're not going back. Apparently we're not going back. That's so weird. That is so weird. I didn't even think about that. We could probably keep talking about this for hours. We'd probably discover more coincidences in this video for hours. We could probably figure out so much more about what really happened when we were there. But at the end of the day, this was not the most real. I think that the Roosevelt was just as real as this, if not more real.
It's just scary that this was with a real human being.
That's what scares me the most, is that it's not the ghost in the situation, it's like the real human being that was in this situation. And you guys, it was honestly the scariest night of our entire lives.
We could have been the ghosts in someone else's video.
We could have been the ghosts in someone else's video. Hailey, remember when you said that?
Yeah.
You said, Hailey was like, if I die here, at least like I could be a ghost and I could be in someone's video.
Really?
Remember when you said that?
Because I was talking about how I had done a video of the Ghost of the Hollywood sign in Griffith Park.
Yeah.
And I said like, watch, like I would die here and I would become more famous than I even could ever be in real life just by being the ghost in people's videos.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we said some weird stuff that night that just,
we were talking about the Griffith Park killer on our way up there because Andrew was like, we're really secluded right now, like let's get this done.
Yeah.
And then everything just sort of like tied together, I guess. You guys, again, we could talk forever, but we have other videos to film. I love you all so much. Thanks for listening to this point. If you don't believe the story, honestly, I can totally empathize. I think that if you had seen me and Hailey do this video, you would have
I would have been like,
yeah.
You would have
liked it
us and been like,
really, like, you
really
guys are,
happened?
like, that one's a little bit extreme, but this was very real, as in, like, I wrote down the notes in my phone. Like, we could probably retell this story every day for the rest of our lives and no details would ever change because none of this was amplified, none of it was exaggerated. And if you guys don't believe it, I hope you at least were entertained by it, you know? Because that's the least that we can get out of this situation. Anyways, I love you guys so much. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please subscribe to Hailey and Andrew's channels. We are going to, over on Hailey's channel, of course, be doing the abandoned park kind of, or the abandoned the abandoned zoo vlog. And then over on Andrew's channel, we're gonna be talking, he's pretty much gonna shed light on what it's really like to be around us and the truth about our paranormal experiences, honestly.
Yeah, and everything from the week is kind of gonna tie together in my video.
Thank you all for watching and we will see you in our next video. Bye.